slob. Oh god, no. About to turn into the endless freaking soundbite loop. Alright, let's test that out. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's what I need. When people come in here, as a matter of fact, anybody who watches the stream, shut up. Anybody who watches the stream after or comes in, dog. If I am muted, don't just watch me be muted, okay? Don't watch me for 3 hours just doing a freaking silent slideshow. But anyway, I was watching an Instagram reel, and it was this guy. It started with him as a kid with like his stepfather, and the caption was like, "This is how my mom found out I was getting like touched by my stepfather," and it said, "Read the caption below." And I'm like, "Yikes!" But why would you want to direct people towards that?
How to
Stop.
cage.
Okay. Like, why would you want to show people? Who do you expect to click on that actually want to know how you got that? I don't plan to let you stay mute. That shit boring. Yeah, I imagine so. 3 freaking hours of me miming everything. Okay, so the first thing, we're gonna watch a couple things. I did put it all in the description, but we're gonna start with Angel Engine. So there's some Star Wars stuff, and then there's also, we're gonna watch some SCP stuff. And that's the plan for tonight. It might be short, might be long, I don't know. But first thing I wanted to watch was Angel Engine. And I saw it, again, on Instagram Reels. It is AI, as you can probably tell, but it falls in like the analog horror category type of deal. And it looked pretty cool. And it looks like it's got a decent story to it. And I wanted to watch it here with everybody. Also, my comment wasn't lying. You're on the community post? About 9 souls? Did I say you were lying? It's a pure time and come back to some game. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I didn't doubt that. I knew I was pretty close. Live confrontation on stream. But anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and get to the Angel Engine stuff right now. I think it's pretty cool. We'll watch it since these are pretty short, and then we'll talk about it. And if there's stuff in between that I want to say, like, we might, but we'll see. Ooh, lower that down a little bit. That's probably loud. Tell me if that volume is okay or not. I'm gonna do like 50. I'll do 60.
To cage an angel.
Also, I completely understand that. Yeah.
1. Exploit your planet's resources. Step 2. Exterminate the wildlife. Step 3. Watch your species fall into disarray. Step.
I know what I said, but this is kind of concerning because I feel like we're already kind of headed this direction. And even without the angel asking us to, we're kind of already like, oh, like burn everything and like, look at California, man. We've already done that. What's step 4? Yeah, too far. How to catch an angel? How to train an angel? Destroy your own planet.
You are now on the brink of extinction. Pray, pray, Pray. Step 5. Watch the divine messenger descend onto your world.
Well, now that you've thoroughly destroyed everything, here I am, guys. Like, oh, finally, somebody. Like, a few years too late. Yeah, Jimmy's kid is dead, but yeah, we'll go.
Step 6. They want to help you.
Help? Yeah, I gotta kind of repeat myself here. You're a little late for that, but yeah, go on. What's your master plan?
Use their
Jimmy's kid is dead, and so is Jimmy. Jimmy and Jimmy Jr. are dead.
them into your angel engine. Step 7. Siphon their energy. Perform miracles. Step 8. Return your planet to its former glory.
Yeah, there's no returning that. Yeah, we're screwed. I think we went a little overboard on that. That's Jimmy and his son are quite dead still.
Prophet.
I also like this, his little Jim Carrey like stand-up routine right there. Anyway, so it's part 1 of how to train a dragon, how to train an angel. You done fucked up. You done fucked it up. You destroy everything, as shown in slide 1.
Your
Oil rigs. If you remember MW2, when Captain McTavish was assaulting the oil rig, it was not for intelligence purposes. It was to put the world onto a fast track to the brink of extinction so that we could get help from the divine after we destroyed it. Don't worry about it. The angel will know what to do. They can fix it. Destroy everything and everyone. Yes, that's step 1. That's step 1. How quick are you supposed to do this? Is that going to take a lifetime? Like Jimmy and his son? Did Jimmy have to be like, hey, Junior, as you can see, everything's currently burning. Stay on that. Okay, Dad.
planets.
Hey, come on, boys. Let's keep it burning here. Keep it burning. Dan, I see you back there. Hey, come on. Come over here, nuts. Okay. Why is that preschool not burning? You see that? I don't see children and teachers running out of there screaming for their lives. Let's be snappy about this. This is only step 1, fellas. Hey, Junior, accept our new gods. Yes, Father. He just bows his head. Rise, my son.
Step 2. Exterminate the wildlife.
Exterminate the wildlife. Wait a minute. What was step 1?
How to cage an angel. Step 1. Exploit your planet's resources.
Okay, see, that's what I was saying. I think like step 1 and step 2 kind of go together. Exploiting your resources might go into like deforestation.
Step 2. Exterminate the wildlife.
Right.
Step 3. Watch your species fall into disarray.
Oh, watch them fall. Okay, so this part is more of like a passive ability here. Instead of after you've taken an active part destroying everything, you've got to take a second, relax, water break. Tom's wife said he was gonna bring the oranges down to lunch, bring them down to the shop for lunch. You know, get your nutrients back, and just watch and appreciate the work that you've done. Absolutely dismembering the world you knew before you destroyed everything. And what miracles are we performing? I don't even know yet. If I don't talk, then just know I'm doing dishes. Hey, do your thing, big dog.
To find the angel engine. Step 1.
And just to have some transparency with you here, this is an order of the way they're released. So step 1 is get the angel. Step 2, find the angel engine. So, like, what do you do? Because I don't imagine you're making small talk with an angel you just kidnapped. And you've also got to be thinking, what is God doing up there? Is he like, you're just like, oh, what's like a biblical name for like an angel? Gabriel? Was Gabriel an angel? No. Gabriel's an angel. Gabriel just got trafficked, basically. He just got kidnapped. Are we just going to sit here and watch? Does he get the Jesus treatment? Does he get to come back? Does he get to respawn? Or does he just have to get exploited? Oh, Jesus.
To the Holy Land. Step 2. Search the desolate terrain for the great thorns.
That doesn't look like the Holy Land. That looks like the Blender dimension where they tried to send Rick in that one episode when he was being held counsel by the great Ricks.
Step 3. Step into the burial site.
Step into it. Don't teleport in there. Don't fly in there. Don't paradrop in there. Don't run in there. There's no running in those halls, by the way. If you do, God will smite you with his vast powers. Walk.
Step 4. Look upon me. Look upon me. Look upon me. Release me. Your wage will be plentiful.
I like the little Jim Carrey routine after everyone. Like he's like, have you ever seen? God, what was the guy? I can't think of it. Have you ever seen Shrek? And then he like anamorphs into Shrek with like little circly ears.
Oh, two.
But see, this feels kind of like a lie, right? What the blunt of rejuvenation does to a motherfucker. Yeah, you take too many headstock. If it's not for healing and you start abusing that, the blunt of rejuvenation is just going to absolutely destroy you. It's the hardest hitting thing you could ever take. But so the first part, we've got two entities. We don't know if they are on two entities. We don't know if they're on the same side, if they have the same agenda, or what. One is telling us how to capture an angel, how to bring it down here, and how to capture it. How long is this going to take? How many Jimmys are we going to need? We started with Jimmy the first. We're kind of at like Jimmy the 12th right now, kind of a Louis situation. We might have a revolution on our hands by the time we get to the 14th. We'll see. However, this one is telling us to find the angel engine, but he says, look upon me, release me. Now, I had a theory about this. What if like, oh man, so if you know Warhammer lore, and I guess just general lore in I was about to say general lore in real life. That's not really how that works. It's history. Jimmy the Orange Saint. Like the Library of Alexandria, that was burned down, wasn't it? And then we lost a lot of knowledge from that. And like I said, in Warhammer, the age of like, I forget what it was called, but the Age of Darkness, when space travel wasn't capable, it would take really long to get to people. And so a lot of knowledge was lost that way. Maybe the previous civilizations already did this. They lured an angel down here, strapped it to the angel engine, and this is him. This is the angel. And it's all like corrupted now for how long it's been down there, how long it's been exploited from everything that people took from it. And so now he's trying to be released from it, but to do that, they need to be able to find the engine. So they find him. That's my theory there.
Is coming.
Do not.
Oh, by the way, that starts on is coming. It's, as you can see with the caption there, it's he is coming.
Is coming.
Do not let him in.
Do not be deceived.
He is not your friend.
He has no friends.
Be not afraid.
Dang. They're describing this entity like it's the worst thing ever, but this is also how you could describe like a bullied child in kindergarten. This could just be Jimmy. He didn't die, and now everyone's just shutting him from society for not carrying on the death and destruction of the planet. Oh, you didn't carry out the burning of the forest and the deforestation and the murdering of children and animals? Sorry. Cast him out to the California fires. But they seem to be both. Well, there's 30 seconds. We'll watch the rest of it first.
He comes but to deceive.
To lead you astray.
Praise our reptilian gods.
He will be here soon. Find me.
Find me.
Find me. I will help you. Is
Okay, so this one, again. Oh my god, this is some Bloodborne shit. Yes, I know you have no clue on the lore. No, hey, if it's on the same track, then we're there, right? But there is a he. They're saying he's coming. We don't know who he is, and again, we don't know if this means that this entity and then the other entity are the same, are still on the same side, but they do have the same fear of whatever this he is. And I'm also thinking along Mandela catalog lines here, and I'm thinking he's not your friend, he has no friends, be not afraid, he comes but to deceive, right? So we can see that dealt with an infinite nightmare and the return of deceased gods. That sounds troubling. However, he comes to deceive you. So, like, we see these guys in suits who I could assume are like billionaire people or people who are like high influence political people, and whoever he is, maybe just like in Mandela catalog, how it can sort of imitate people, or like alternates can imitate people. This one can do the same or somehow influence people, hence like the weird look of these guys, like their reptilian look. And maybe the guy on the left right here is like fully corrupted, and the guy on the right, his head is corrupted but like his hands aren't, showing that maybe the process has only begun on him, and like maybe his fingertips are like a little too. So we'll see. Maybe it's a way to gain control of the populace by like behind the strings puppet mastering the high influence people in a society, the highly influential people in a society. They start passing that down to the general populace. Boom, there you go. And then they both say at the end here,
be here soon. Find me.
Find me.
Find me. I will help you.
and they're saying find me, which now that I'm thinking about it,
Is
he could be this entity or this entity. Maybe they're competing against each other because, oh my god, Jimmy Neutron brain blast, having such a big brain blast, my freaking brain is starting to hemorrhage. But maybe they are competing. I have an idea that Angel they're talking about told lies to gain control of the masses. Like this guy that we're theorizing is the Angel. Because what my hypothesis was, yes, Dr. Miles is stepping into here, Dr. Drippy, if you will, is that this like, at least who we'll refer to him as Angel number 2, right? As far as we are theorizing here. And then we'll call the other one just the entity for now. Maybe this guy is saying that the entity is coming. Meanwhile, the entity is saying that Angel number 2 is coming. And they're both saying not to trust the other one because he's going to deceive you. So now we have to kind of parse out the information and see who's telling the truth. Or maybe they're both full of barnacles and both probably want the destruction of mankind. However, the entity was saying how to capture an angel. Meanwhile, if this is an angel, he's trying to say, don't listen to the guy trying to say to capture us. They tickled our balls in here. We don't like that, specifically. Don't do that to an angel. One speaks lies, the other speaks truths. Maybe. Maybe. Okay.
Is coming.
Oh.
Help me.
This is okay, and this is the first one I saw. This is what led me to go to this guy's page and see this.
Help me.
We ran every test in the book on this guy here, and the results are incredible. There doesn't seem to be a limit to its energy output. Meaning,
We got slimy, freaking weirdo. I don't even know what to call him. We'll do one of those things. We'll name him Slideshow. No, not Slideshow. What do we want to name this guy? Not like Weird Al or something. Maybe we'll name him Ben. Or like Carl. Just give him a really basic name. Whoa, he's got 3 fingers on one side and 4 on the other. Or maybe the other one just isn't reaching around. He's also fully horizontal. So this guy does not abide by the same rules of gravity as we do.
if our current results are anything to go off of, we could power the whole world for millennia.
Oh, Christ, that... Okay. They've captured the angel. They've tickled his nuts thoroughly. They ran the test. Nut tickling. Nipple twisting. Butt stuff? Who knows? Maybe. I suspect that immortal life has something to do with this. The thing was that they burned everything to the ground. And not everything, because clearly this guy's a scientist. And to go on a bit of it, like, if we're extending this, and this isn't just like a single lifetime deal, this would take tons of time. So you can't burn literally everything and destroy literally everything. You still need people and institutions and research to teach people how to do the things you're trying to do with this angel engine, how to work it, how to find it, all that, right? You need teachers, you need like guidebooks and in a way to teach them, right? Curriculum, all that. You need food and water, things to live in. So clearly you can't have just burned down everything. Millions of lives for the prospect of immortality. Definitely could be. Maybe there'll be something about that. But clearly they got him hooked up, not having a good time, not enjoying the ball tickling, the nipple twisting, or the butt touching. I get that. I wouldn't either. I feel bad for the poor guy. But then you've got this little entity. We'll call him... I want to call him like... He sort of looks like the angel that was strapped up. Oh yeah, maybe the angel's in like a sex swing. Oof. That explains the ball tickling. Anyway. We'll call him entity number 2 for now. But yeah, they ran tests. It looks like they're setting him up for like the infinite energy output. Maybe this is like their humanity's infinite energy solution or something like that. But yes, immortality, I could definitely see that being a motivation. So this is not a test. This is, emergency alert system. Listen carefully and follow all instructions. National security is at stake. Civil danger alert. I also want to know what people are taking part in this. Is this like a worldwide effort to destroy everything just to bring an angel down? To like abuse it? Because if we're talking about like religious groups here, how in the world would like Christians and like Catholics, if I'm getting this right, and other sub-disciplines or sub-religions or whatever of Christianity and Catholicism and all that, ever be okay with that? CIA probably. I don't know. I just like... It could be something like that, but I don't know how you would convince Christians and people who believe in God and like angels and stuff like that to follow through with this. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe there is a theory that I've heard in the craziest place I've heard it. I heard it, of course, but I was playing Battlefield 5 when I was still in a milsim, and I was playing with some people from the milsim. It was like a big party, but we were talking about religion, and the people I was talking to were Christian or Catholic. I can't remember, but they were saying that one day Christians and Catholics will be like sought out and killed, right? They'll be like crucified. Maybe they said that, but basically they'll be like cast out for their religion, like killed. It'll be like this mass exodus of like Christians and Catholics. CIA don't need help. Ever heard of MK Ultra? I have, but didn't that fail? I'm pretty sure that failed. But even so, the idea of doing that is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's what I was talking to them about. So maybe this could he'll sort of tie that into this. Maybe not. We shall see.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Me. I am standing before you on this day as a man, a husband, a father, as your president, but most importantly, as a citizen of this country.
I feel like I've heard this speech before.
Hey, Miss, not from. Bro. I will not sugarcoat our current situation. We are on the cusp of war. Your species will die. This is not a test. This is not a joke. It is unfortunately the truth. Your species will fall. As we speak, our enemies are readying their nuclear arsenal. The sky will burn.
Okay. Something I'm actually curious about.
Will fall.
That's him, right? But then I was thinking maybe that could also be the same guy. Like that's the president. But we can't see his face, and he's wearing blue in this. So, and blue, at least as far as I remember, denotes the political party that they represent. But they do wear different colored ties to like be like, hey, me and the other Democrats or Republicans are cool guys. We dap each other up in the hallway. Oh, this is just a slideshow thing. But that looks like Reagan. What? That looks like Dale down at the local freaking liquor store. Looks like he should be wearing a wife beater. Ronald Reagan. It looks like a mix of Joe Biden's hairline, Obama's masculinity, Donald Trump's testosterone, and the grit and determination of George Washington's hands. That's what I see. This man, he knows how to tickle some balls. He knows how to do some butt stuff. And he can give some mean nipple twisters. I can feel it. I can see it. All right. However, this is what I'm pretty sure this is like part of like what the entity, the first entity, was talking about when like he means to deceive, he's gonna lie to you, all that. Takes the president pretty much and gets into his skull. I could say something about that, but I'm not gonna. And that's how he influences the people. Although if my president's face opened up and I saw a shadowy figure in the back, it's raining outside, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if I would trust that. Also, Gilbert, I'm changing his name. Gilbert back here, looking pretty crazy. Looks like he's got the Renegon eyes. I don't know if we should be concerned about that. Hasn't blinked for at least 5 minutes. Whatever. Don't know what his role is. Or maybe that is the he that is coming. That the entity and then the Angel 2 we're talking about. Makes it more epic. Alright. I can't exactly turn it off, so, you know. And this is just a slideshow for like wallpapers and stuff. So we've got, might be like something actually. We've got the angel. I'm pretty sure the angel in the front is the angel in the back but it's just been like warped because that's him before he got like his balls tickled, taint touched, and nipples twisted off. And you know what? I also want to look at something here.
Step 7.
Like, look at this. First of all, the skin is all like black, but then his head is the only thing that's like relatively normal, and it's got all the stuff hooked up, and it's like, oh, his mouth. You move his mouth, and then you like, and maybe it's substituting parts of him out, like through a time lapse, but like we're just cutting back and forth in between different stages of it. Like, dog, he's got some sort of like box replaced for his face. It's got all this stuff siphoned up. It looks so creepy. It's like gums and the mouth are all decayed and taken away.
Their energy. Perform miracles. Step 8. Return your...
It looks crazy. And hey, maybe this is actually something... First thought is like maybe the butterfly will be some sort of like iconic piece of something, right? Like every time something significant happens, there's always like some greenish butterfly looming. Could that be the first angel? That's what I'm thinking. Because like, look, when it says, oh, look at that. That's so cool. I feel like that's like a monument that was made to like bring the angels down.
Pray. Step 5. Watch the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first angel is the same one that was hooked up. And I love these like conspiratorial transformation, like conspiracy thing, like something divine comes down and somehow like humanity ends up abusing it, like warping it into something terrible. And it becomes something so like evil. I love that kind of story. Wait, it might be a monument to the first angel? Oh, sort of like a sacrifice. Wasn't there something like that in the Fire Force? In Fire Force? That was an anime. Like where they put a girl, like this big thing, this big cauldron, boiled her into a soup. Campbell's. That's where Campbell's came from. A girl in a soup in a big cauldron. Anyway. Oh yeah, it could be like a monument type deal. That makes it even more eerie, dude. Like this big... Oh, they have the angel. And you can tell in the video that we saw, they've just been like siphoning energy from it. It looks so decayed and so far from what it looked like, if this is the same angel. And they're like, yes, the angel that has come down, just like what was prophesized. And they immortalize it with this thing, with this sort of statue. Although I don't know why it would be looking up as well. I don't know. I feel like this could either have been built before as a monument to like help bring the angel down, but the theory that it's to like celebrate the angel, celebrated sacrifice couldn't be too far. They build a monument to him in the hopes of appeasing what is to them their new god. Yeah, this universe could very well throw out the idea of like Christianity and like Catholicism and stuff like that. And whatever prophecy, whatever this entity is telling them to do. Like it does say to
Array. Step 4. You are now on the brink of extinction. Pray. Step 5. Watch the divine messenger descend onto your world.
Yeah, so maybe angels are like the highest that the religious whatever can go to. And watch the divine messenger come down. So maybe like that, yeah, you're right. Like maybe that could be their god. I also want to take another look at this little fella.
Help me.
So clearly an angel. Looks like its skin has been like stripped or mutilated or something. Probably for all the tests that they were running and stuff. It looks like its arms and legs might be gone too. And then we got this guy
Ran
here
every
who's
test
just
in the
like
book on this guy here.
so casually talking about it. Well, I feel like in a case where something like this is prophesized, the questions and concerns kind of go out the door as like a, oh no, this is okay because this is what the prophecy said. This is what's supposed to be happening. And then maybe it could be you sacrifice your form to be never dying. Right. Actually, that's a good point. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, like I was saying, and then maybe if you go against the prophecy, immortal, right? And you know what? I think there might be something right there helping your case. But maybe if you go against the prophecy and the beliefs that this is supposed to be good, you sort of get cast out. Because there was something here. Oh, wait.
Step 3, step into the burial site.
Step into the burial site. And in this one he says, look upon me, right? Or like release me. So he was buried there in the angel engine. Maybe there was maybe this is the way, like what the entity is talking about, how like they're trying to capture this angel, destroy the world and everything. Maybe that's how things were beforehand. And like maybe it didn't work. Or maybe the angel like, no, he couldn't have gotten released because he's still there, buried. Maybe something happened. Yeah. The leaders brought them upon everyone when they changed their forms into what we saw, the catalyst. Brought them upon everyone when they changed their forms. Could you clarify or like reword that? I don't exactly know what you mean by like brought them upon everyone. Or like when the leaders changed form, they brought the beliefs and like all that stuff upon the populace. Like when the president had that little shadow figure guy inside of his little membrane skull. But yeah, he's like buried. He's in this deep dark thing. All his like skin and everything is gone. Just like remnants of his face. It looks like he's got like a prosthetic mask on. But yeah, maybe he was, or maybe he was the previous angel and he just like there was nothing more to take. And maybe there's not enough to like actually bring back the world from what it was. And then once, I guess like maybe there was like maybe some mass extinction event or like near extinction event, and then what humans remained, they rebuilt, but they didn't know because he's buried. Like maybe the previous civilization thought that would help, or there was some like something that had to like be done to bury him for like whatever reason, or maybe just like inertia and whatever just brought him. Just like I don't know. You understand what I'm trying to say, but yeah, next civilization comes along. They don't really know what happened, but maybe they find the same prophecy the previous civilization did, follow it, and maybe in that prophecy there's a way to. It describes where to find the engine, like maybe a message left before the previous civilization. And maybe like the first entity like warped it or something to like get them to do it again. Who knows? There's a lot here. The political leaders in an attempt to bring a new order, except the angels offer immortality and it changes them into what we saw. Yeah, there was one that like
Is coming.
Yeah, this looks like it could be a regular guy, but like you were talking about, like sort of strips you of your humanity to become immortal, like changes your form. And like look at like his bottom, his left leg, there's like something coming out of his calf, protruding. It just looks unnatural, and like obviously there's like a big part of skin that just got ripped off. It's like that prank you do when you, well, like not prank, but like, oh god, I need a napkin, and you rip someone's shirt off, except like he didn't have a shirt, so like, all right, I guess I'll take skin. Whoosh! Grab that, yoink it off, give him the old yoinky sploinky, and then boom, there you go. A delicious L4 through L12 vertebrae. Immortal, infested, yeah. What was divine becomes impure and infected. Yeah, I like that. I like that. But anyway, that's Angel Engine. The Instagram account I found it on unearthly.ai. So if you want to go check that out, feel free. Now we must look at some of this. Okay, so I watched that Scooby-Doo Velma horror thing. I can show you really quick if I can figure out. Yeah, there we go. Actually, it's not even important at all. No reason to go that far. I watched that Scooby-Doo Velma like horror thing that went viral a while back, and I got a comment on that video saying to watch this video. It is 10 minutes, so if you don't have anything very good to say, or if you don't like have anything to say within maybe like the first 3-ish minutes, probably just won't watch it. Might do like a video where I can sort of organize my thoughts into it, but yeah, we'll check it out. Do this. I'm gonna put it at like a little bit below 50%. So if that's too low, let me know. They use the pieces of their own form to create the new gods. Of the people to create the gods? I feel like it would be like infusing, like taking from the gods to like combine it with themselves. But then again, how are you supposed to do that? Whatever. Questions for another time. Oh, person who uploaded this, Egan Tillman, right there. Of the Angels. Yeah, okay. I don't know if this is horror or not. It does say Springtrapped, which makes me think Five Nights at Freddy's, so like maybe. I'm gonna get copyrighted later. Oh my freaking god, how did you not get copyrighted for this? Dang, this kind of sucks. But I guess I can cut it out later. Oh, Scooby. Scooby, please get out of there, man. You don't want old Scuba Man Joe to get a direct angle on that on your colon, dog. He takes without asking.
My ability is called instant death to any target.
I swear to, I'm gonna say something really quick about this. Instant death to any target. These anime, I feel like are like getting. I don't watch a lot of it, pretty much at all now. But like, there's one where like this guy was celebrating farming and like manual labor, and if that's your dream, cool. But, instant death to any target. What if someone like pushes you at the playground? Is the only way to fight back to just kill the guy?
If I simply think that I want to kill someone, they immediately die.
They even say it.
Seriously, no limits?
Completely overpowered. Like, do you have no other option but to like give a guy a heart attack? Farming can't be serious. I am. Oh. Scooby-Doo, where are you? In copyright infringement. Just gets taken down halfway through us watching it because frickin' Scott Cawthon seized it. Sort of looks like Springtrap has a ball gag. He wasn't doing anything to them. They just caught him on a really bad night. Got the Angel Engine sex swing going. Scott ain't like that. No. He lets people create so many fan-made games.
What a groovy spot for a birthday party, Scooby.
Thanks.
Like I can already taste the chocolate-covered anchovy pizza.
All right, gang.
When was Scooby-Doo filmed with a live studio audience? Whoa, what is that back there? Y'all see that at the top of the screen right there? It looks like a tree with its like a big hole.
All right, gang. Let's unload.
Mouth in it. Yeah, he is a good dev.
Jinkies! They're closed.
But it was just open when we pulled up.
Everybody starts putting on ski masks and breaking out the crowbars. Guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Oh.
Like I don't think we should stay to find out.
A security guard.
What are you guys doing standing around out here?
Oh, that guy. Is that Mike? There's Mike and then there's the Fitzgerald guy. Too bad break in time. Right. The cop starts walking down. He's like, all right, gang, no witnesses. Just they go off screen. Cop's like, no, what are you doing?
Well, we came
Tickle
for a
his
birthday
balls.
party, but the place is closed.
That's strange. I'm not supposed to lock up for another hour.
Someone must have closed shop early.
Mike Schmidt,
That
yeah.
can't be
There's a
possible.
Fitzgerald
I'm the
too.
only one here.
Not Larry.
Sounds to me like we have a mystery on our hands.
Superstar NFL receiver guards Five Nights at Freddy's.
Here, you guys can set up camp in my office.
You sure run a tight ship around here.
Actually, no, that's just a malfunctioning door. It cut the last security guard in half. Probably shouldn't touch that. Also, why is little homie looking like two different directions? He's faded right now.
Here, you guys can set up camp.
Here, you guys can set up in my office. Just eyes gradually just keep moving apart. Here, you can set up in my office. Don't sit on the chair. There's a dildo on it. I like to sit on it when I get bored.
Camp in my office.
Any of you interested in some fentanyl?
You sure run a tight ship around here. Burglars must really like pizza.
Faded off that
It's not
good
the
weed,
burglars
that
I'm
blunt
after,
of
it's what's
rejuvenation,
already
baby.
Inside.
What do you mean, inside?
Here, I'll show you.
Inside my ass. Would you like to see?
Jinkies! That's quite the security system.
You see, our animatronic band has been acting funny. During the day, they sing just fine, but at night, he just doesn't want to stay put.
I'm sure that bunny has left quite the bunny trail. We should keep an eye out for clues.
Already on it, Fred. Look at this.
Why, that's Mr. Henry Emily, the owner of the restaurant.
I wonder who the other man is. I'm not sure, but whoever he is, it looks like he's wearing a bunny costume.
I'm sure Scooby can help us sniff it out. Wait a minute.
Blunt of rejuvenation
Where are
and
Shaggy
Death
and
Quando sandwich.
Man, it's a dream come true. Locked in a pizza parlor.
Yeah, you see the It's Me in the back?
This is so much better than a haunted house.
That's what they are.
Let's find the kitchen, Scoob.
I'm half thinking this is gonna get really bad, and like Scooby's gonna get his head twisted off and his tail like sawed into two, or it's just gonna be like a regular episode. By the way, it says original. Like I don't think I've ever seen Scooby-Doo in this style before, so maybe he did this all himself with like little set pieces. Like maybe he used miniatures, and like making all the characters and stuff in. Oh well, he did. It did say it was in Blender, but I don't really know all you could do. So, also, it's me on the fridge, and it's June 19th, which seems weirdly like a focal point that we're supposed to be looking at. Okay, if you're looking for food, maybe don't look where the pots and pans are. Like, the fridge is right there, dog. Literally. But also, come on. How does it... he's already talking dog. I get that, but... I can't find any food. I guess I'll just throw shit everywhere.
Like Scoob, check this out.
Just some giant lady with her head in the ground with a sword in her mouth. First game takes place in 95.
Like Scoob, check this out.
And of course there's the bite of 87, so who knows where that even goes back to. That may tie in. Oh my goodness. He was walking. He wasn't going that fast.
It's like whoever took all the pizza walked straight through this wall. Like what would a ghost do with all that pizza?
I don't know. Ask him.
Hey guys, do you know where the security guard is? I usually buy my weed from him. You just dip. Oh man, they are. How much you want to bet this is also copyrighted? He's like, oh, Chica. Good God, that was worse than any analog horror. Okay, first of all, Springtrap. Great design. Looks like he might need a helmet. Looks like he might be missing a chromosome. Huh? Huh? Oh my God. Scooby, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he started getting worked on the corner by the rest of the mystery crew, but like his taint is way too out there for for nobody to be saying anything about that. Scoop, you can't keep having sex with the guys we're trying to catch. Why does he not know how to run right? I guess nobody is. Freaking Scooby is going full circles, just like dislocating and relocating his shoulder.
That looked like Shaggy and Scooby.
My glasses.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jinkies.
Also, not Fred and Daphne just like watching her, just like looking for her glasses or anything. Scooby can't keep getting screwed by rotten animal suits.
Well, Scoob, we're as cooked as a pizza pie.
Maybe he's not chasing them to scare him. Maybe he's like he needs help. Sort of like half sounded like a stroke, half sounded like a help.
Roll on, buddy.
Wow, that's some explosive power right there.
Look, Scoob, I think we got him.
Please call an ambulance.
I gotta hand it to you, kids. I never would have found this secret room without your help. But one question still remains. What's going on with that bunny?
Ready to tackle your debt? We can help.
A credit score, apparently. His credit score was so bad he was planning to kill Mike Schmidt and take his identity for his own credit score.
Don't you recognize him?
It's William Afton!
I was gonna say Dracula.
Henry Emily's old business partner.
William was jealous of Henry's success, so he created the Ghost of Springtrapped to scare customers away from Freddy's.
But I thought the bunny was a robot.
He had us fooled for a while, too. But with his patented spring lock technology, he was able to make the suit appear to be a robot by day.
And like a totally spooky ghost by night.
Ah, if it weren't for those faulty spring locks, I would have
Strong.
too.
Good going, gang. Another mystery in the books.
Like if this one's a spring lock.
Scoop got into the fentanyl again. Okay, well that was... I thought it was going to take a dark turn. Half of me was kind of hoping it was going for that, but it was fine. The ghost, my God, last time I checked, he was a pile of bloody metal and guts. This is a PG show. We don't go for all that. Help! Not even LifeLawyer can fix that. Okay, there's 2 Star Wars animations I wanted to see that are relatively short. Oh yeah, okay. So Star Wars, Darth Vader attacks Emperor Palpatine. First of all, I feel like this should have happened out of the gate. Tell me why little homie of course is Anakin, talking to big homie of course, Palpatine. Well, actually on the age scale, Anakin would be like, probably like big bro, and Palpatine would be like pops, right? Be an old head. So tell me why big bro chatting it up with the old head being all like, hey yo, so like I've been having these nightmares and I feel like my girl finna get killed. Can you help me? One thug to another thug, and then old head over here like, shoot dog, I got you. And then you seal the deal with like, one of those right there. You can't break that. And first thing when he wakes up is like, where's my girl at? She's dead. But you said you were going to save her. And then he's just like, okay, I'm just going to be this guy's bitch for the next like 50 years. Mr. Wrinkly Sack over here. I felt like canonically he should have just tried to kill him straight off the bat. He didn't have a lightsaber yet though. You have to go like kill some Jedi for it.
You lied to me. You told me you could save her.
Look at
You lied to me. You.
Oh crap, he remembered the deal. Janice, get the EMP grenades ready, please.
Told me you could save her.
Perhaps I could have, but you killed her, Vader. You murdered Padme.
I have done everything you wanted.
I've tickled your nuts. I've played with your taint. I've twisted your saggy, wrinkled nipples. And this is what you give me. And then frickin', he's still right here. Janice, please bring the EMP now.
Have failed me.
You have failed yourself.
Oh my god! You have failed yourself? Well, have I failed my fist in your face? Holy crap! That escalated so quickly. That's he like you get the wet ham sound, and it's like.
Failed yourself.
Fail this.
I will say this once and only once. If you step out of line again, if you attack me, I will annihilate you.
Okay, the cuts are kind of weird. It's kind of weird. If you cut away awkwardly again, I will slice off the balls you don't have.
Step out of line again if you attack me. I will annihilate you. Do you understand? Yes, Master. Good. You had so much potential. Now look at you.
This is like one of the things, dog. I want maybe not loyalty. The Sith. Okay. If there's one thing if there's one word I wouldn't describe a Sith with, and it's loyalty. Do you really want to be making passes at the dude whose wife you said that you could save, who literally just attacked you for not doing that, and then after you like beat him in front of like the whole crew, really keep insulting him? Why does it look like there's a bunch of Jawas just like in the back? Besides the point, do you really want to keep insulting that and like feeding that flame? And then he throws you into the freaking orbital generator system, and then what? Like, you think when he was like, oh heavens, right? Oh, wait, when you think he was up there, like facing the lights, facing whatever god he doesn't believe in, he was like, yeah, I kind of deserve this. Then he gets thrown off.
Weak. You will spend the rest of your days
descriptions
as a shell of who you used to be.
These hands haven't failed me.
A slave, always beneath me, and there is nothing you can do about it.
He's just bullying him. I feel like I've heard this on like when I was in elementary school. Just another kid being like a douche to another kid. You're always gonna be beneath me, Nathan, and there's nothing you can do about it. They feel like such playground backhanded insults. Not they feel like, they just plainly are. He's just being a douche.
Me, and there is nothing you can do about it. I can feel your hate, your anger burning inside of you. This has been a traumatic time for you, my friend.
Quit it with these, like, they keep cutting really awkwardly. And now he's like trying to be a therapist. He's like, you will always be beneath me. You will be worth nothing, you piece of trash. This has been a really traumatizing time for you. And I just wanted to say that I know it's been a tough time. And if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. And he's like trying to be a freaking therapist now? Like, what?
Gather yourself. A shuttle is waiting for you when you are ready.
Oh, you want to see something cool very quick? That one was weird. It was like cut really weird. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Moving on. cut so bad my fingers are bleeding.
Here in South Carolina, we have...
Okay. Oh shit. Let me. Stranded, a Star Wars fan film animation remastered edition. Uploaded by Shenimations. There you go. Oh, snap. Oh, God. All right, boys, we did it. Love the trooper design. Like, they look cool. One thing... Okay, wait. The guy on the right could also be... like the guy on the right and the guy on the left could, like... They could both be, like, high-ranking people. But one thing that tends to kind of throw me a little bit is when everybody looks like they're super... Special Forces, Captain Commander, Delta Ops, Navy SEAL... Scuba diver, frogman, Delta Force team, right? Here, I don't give a shit. Here, I don't give a shit. University, and it's like, okay, well, if everyone's special, then like, who's leading this thing, right? And I guess it could be the Jedi, but like, as far as clone troopers, I mean, you got like arcs and stuff. It's not really that big of a plot point or like that big of a gripe. They do look cool, though. Oh, man. Wow. Was that the plan? Just run straight out the enemy base and like hope it works? Well, what I will say is like obviously it's very close to the Clone Wars animation, so that does look good. The sound effects are there and all that. Like pretty much everything with the character models and stuff are there. Clearly, I think there's maybe at some point they'll end up adding like voice lines because it seems like there should be. And obviously the terrain is a little like unfinished, but they said it's the remastered edition. I mean, maybe this is just like what they can do for right now. You can always come back to these things usually and you know, kind of like crisp them up a little bit. But for now, for what it seems to be, it's pretty good. Ooh. Also pretty shifty camera work. Okay, alright, that sequence was pretty cool. First of all, the camera work right there. When he just stops right there and like shifts that cover over. Bring that over right there. He takes cover. This reminds me so much of like Anakin and Rex. Just kind of like they're like neural link sort of. There was one episode, I think it was Duel of the Droids, where they're fighting in the hangar because R3 activated the trap, and then Rex is like, hey, Anakin, we can use... Or not Anakin, he never says Anakin, except for that one time when he was getting force fucked by Ventress, and then he said it, but obviously that was a trick. Try not to run through every single piece of lore here. But he's like, hey, there's the explosives, throw it, I'll shoot it. He did, he nailed it, boom. Callback to a previous stream. This is the greatest plan, and it actually is. He's not crashing a helicopter straight into a prison. And then there's also from Star Wars Rebels when like Rex and I think it was Kanan were like sword and shield, Jedi in the front, Rex dishing out nipple twisters to everybody around, dude. Freaking awesome. I like it. Like, I wish we had more Clone Wars, but I like it when in the non-Clone Wars stuff they do Clone Wars things, and it's like, oh, an old clone and like a Jedi are fighting off these like repurposed droids or whatever. It's so cool. And even seeing stuff like this, you don't really get Clone Wars now, so it's nice to see this. Nice to see clones again. I'm like manipulating the cover so that his guy can get a clean shot, protecting him. I love that. Oh god. What are we gonna do now? He closed the door. Ooh, man. Forward, man! Ooh, I like that. I like those little combo moves. Like, okay, I'll pull out this cover. You go here. I'll manipulate to cover you where you need to freaking go, dog. Oh, here, boom. Shift the hoe out to the side. Blast him in the face. Let's get in there. Come on, brothers! Let's go, boys! Republic! 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 That was awesome. Let's see what's out here. As the cruiser was destroyed by a separatist fleet, the commanding Jedi, along with a handful of clones, barely escape with their lives and ends up crash landing on the nearby planet, where they are forced to look for a way off the planet before the separatist forces chases them down. Made the original version of the animation about 1.5 years ago for a fan film competition, but only had 2 months to make the film. Because of that, it was rather rushed, and I wasn't quite happy with some aspects of it, so I then decided to just revisit it, change a few minor things here and there. A few months later, this is the result. While I did end up improving most parts of it, I didn't change things up too much to preserve the original's feel. And just a heads up, this is probably going to be the last Star Wars animation I make in a while, going to focus more World of Warcraft. Well, that means he's got other stuff. Yeah, take that. Star Wars fan film Stranded. Oh, that's the last thing he uploaded so far. Okay. World War I inspired Minecraft short animation. Maybe we should come back to some of these. That was good, and I liked that. I enjoyed that. Favorite moments obviously were the one where they were like freaking back and forth, shifting the cover, doing those little combo moves. Okay, so what the hell are we going for? It's only like 30 minutes. Okay, so we'll kind of take a step back and relax here. I saw this on Instagram Reels as well.
$6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some.
Better get you some. Better get you a little soda right now. All right. When We Ran Away Together, animated short film 2024, or maybe it's When We Ran Away Together 2. I don't know. Tina Hina saw this on Instagram Reels. I was like, okay, why not? Let's see what it's all about. I have a very strong feeling. I kind of already have some insight into that, but take me on a journey. Rocking the Converse, I like that. Tech Deck! Bro, middle school, 6th grade, in California, having competitions in the stairway with Tech Deck tricks. Admittedly, I was always the one who put like my pointer and pinky finger on the ends of the board to like, you know, maneuver a little bit better. Some pros, only the pros, only 2 fingers, kick flipping that thing, come back down. Super cool. Copyright. Whoa. Oh, it's just floor. You ready? Yup. Whoosh. Floor that thing straight into the freaking Pacific Ocean. Kokoro ni kumo o motsu shonen. Kokoro? I don't think I know what that means. Ni to kumo. Put it in translator. I always know every Japanese. I know everything except what people say Japanese do. I swear. All the like 2 Japanese people I speak to, like I message, all the kanji, don't know a single bit of it. Everything I'm learning, not what people are saying. Kokoro ni kumo. Kokoro ni kumo. Clouds in my heart. Alright. Motsu shonen. Motsu. I know that word. Kokoro ni motsu shonen. First year with clouds in my heart. Okay, I don't think that's... It's like an extended. A boy with clouds in his heart? That sounds more like a medical emergency to me. Why do we have clouds in our heart? Something clouds in our heart. I'm pretty sure I got the right translation, but not everything to Japanese translates, you know. I think I had an old Tech Deck. Yeah. Those were cool. Okay. We got that. Now, in SCP, okay, what one's, I don't think I have like 23 minutes. We're gonna do this one. SCP-4769, physics teacher Euclid. Line through it. No. It's not, he's not safe. He's a Keter. Reality bending SCP. Of course, the physics teacher's ability wouldn't be physics. It's like distortion of reality. You come in one day to physics class, and your teacher's all like, "All right, pull out your notebooks. We're gonna be learning about inertia and Newton's laws." You're like, "Oh yeah, fine." But then, like, he's just only a little off, and then, like, whatever SCP observer is watching him's like, he's only a Euclid. We'll observe him for one more day. You come back. All right, class, open up your books to chapter piss. And then the SCP is like, oh my goodness, Keter draws a line through the Euclid. He's a Keter class. He's dangerous. Reality bending. His power level's over 9,000.
Good afternoon.
His face is all
everyone.
blurred out.
My name is Doc.
Secret CIA agent in the works. I love these.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-4769. Object Class, Keter, previously Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4769 is to be contained.
If you put a chair on a doorknob, that usually doesn't doesn't seem to really work the same way he used to. You can't really figure out why the thing won't turn.
Special containment procedures. SCP-4769 is to be contained in a standard containment cell in a permanent state of unconsciousness with cameras, heart rate monitors, and brainwave mapping equipment to be monitored by no less than 3 Level 4 Foundation personnel at all times.
And thanks to our reverse aging technology, we have Mike Tyson on retainer to stand in this guy's room. Every time he wakes up, he has a right hook ready and waiting for him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to keep him unconscious at all times.
To be monitored by no less than 3 Level 4 Foundation personnel at all times. The subject is to be kept permanently engaged within an advanced simulation achieved through the direct stimulation of the optical nerves and the prefrontal cortex of the brain.
Of course.
A highly modified
natural procedure, you guys know,
is utilized in the simulation of the containment environment. All hardware relating to the simulation of SCP-4769's containment environment is to be kept at a temperature below 190 degrees Celsius using a constant flow of liquid nitrogen. Upon...
Excuse me? Come again? Okay, are we sure the physics teacher is not Mr. Cold from the DC? Yes, that was the right one. That is extreme.
Fortnightly maintenance procedures, SCP-4769 is to be placed into a strong induced coma, and temperatures are to be increased to -50 degrees Celsius to allow technicians to survey the system for signs of disrepair and clear out debris which may impact the functioning of the device. Due to SCP-4769's abnormally high levels of brain activity, sedative effectiveness is reduced to a time span of roughly 3 hours. Consciousness of the subject is not deemed to be an immediate threat. However, this should be actively avoided to maintain the immersion of SCP-4769 within the simulation. Description: SCP-4769 is a Class 4 reality bender with the appearance of an adult East Indian...
Which is one step above, if you have read the threat manual, of a Class 3 reality bender. So, make sure you write that down in your notes.
4769 is a Class 4 reality bender with the appearance of an adult East Indian male, estimated to be around 50 to 60 years old, with an average body build and receding gray hair. Subject appears to be biologically human, yet does not require any form of sustenance to live. Prior to containment following Incident 4769-1, subject was found to be actively employed at university as a physics lecturer, and self-identifies as such. However, individuals found to have interacted with SCP-4769, which were interviewed uniformly, could not recall how or when SCP-4769 came to become a lecturer, its name, or if the subject entered or exited the premises at any point in time.
Yeah, I was just going over Class 3, excuse me, we weren't advanced enough, Class 2 reality benders, as you guys do in physics class, I'm sure you guys know. And then all of a sudden, this East Indian man just walked in, and yeah, just nobody really knew where he came from. Started talking about Class 5 reality bending, like, whoa, buddy, read the curriculum.
Or if the subject entered or exited the premises at any point in time. Students directly taught frequently by SCP-4769 exhibited no anomalous or particularly strange traits of their own other than a relative lack of knowledge in physics-related subjects compared to other classes. Interviewees were administered Class B amnestics and released back into the public. SCP-4769...
to be hunted down for sport for later. Also, they said they didn't really learn anything, so is this just like a really bad physics teacher who doesn't need to eat anything? Who's a reality bender? A Class 4 reality bender, dude. Where does that fall on the Avatar scale? You've got air bending, fire bending, water bending. But everything changed when the reality benders attacked.
And released back into the public. SCP-4769 appears to have control over its perceived reality and is able to manipulate the physical properties of space around it in an undefined radius. Observation has revealed the subject's anomalous abilities are only activated through vocalization or written words.
We found his diary, and for some reason, multiple instances of him writing tickle nuts and butt touching and nipple twisters were recorded multiple times. Researchers have yet to find out the cause of this strange repetition of words.
Its anomalous abilities are only activated through vocalization or written words. Subject seems oblivious to its anomalous abilities, even after their effects cause drastic alteration to its surroundings. SCP-4769 appears to be invulnerable to the effects of its own manipulation. However, it can be harmed directly by external forces. All attempts of photography of SCP-4769 have turned out heavily degraded, which Dr. Hopper theorizes may be a passive effect of the subject's reality manipulation and linked to its anti-memetic effects on individuals which it has interacted with. SCP-4769 rests in a dormant state during times outside of its teaching schedule, a time frame between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. During this dormant state,
if he's not working, you just find this guy in like any one of the 10 janitor closets on campus. Freaking janitor goes in there to get a mop. He's like, Mr. Smith, could you just like shove him out of the way? Shove him into the broom closet right there. All right, let's grab your mop, go back to working again. Why do I just keep doing that?
A time frame between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. During this dormant state, SCP-4769 is inattentive and extremely hard to coerce into talking unless the topic of the conversation is somewhat physics-orientated. SCP-4769 has displayed doctorate-level knowledge within classical mechanics, thermodynamics, relativity, electronics, quantum mechanics, and astrophysics. However, it lacks a basic understanding of virtually anything else. Attempts to stop SCP-4769 from discussing or writing about physics-related topics has resulted in SCP-4769 discussing these subjects far more vigorously than if left to its normal teaching schedule. As such, preventing SCP-4769 from speaking about physics is strictly prohibited to prevent unnecessary simulation resets.
I don't know if this guy has sex, like honestly. If he even does. You get instead of saying like you gotta put it in, you gotta be like, turn your potential energy into kinetic energy to create a forward thrust. Then take your potential energy, turn it into a negative, apply Earth's gravity, out, reapply the potential energy, unless you explain it to him just like that. He's like, just goes back to the freaking janitor's broom closet again to wait until he's gotta go to work again.
Physics is strictly prohibited to prevent unnecessary simulation resets. Addendum. SCP-4769, Dr. Hopper's subject discovery and containment. SCP-4769 was discovered by Foundation personnel after news of extreme slipperiness had caused sudden wide-scale car crashes on the road. Mobile Task Force Beta 23, Crowbar, was deployed to stabilize the situation and identify the cause of the anomaly. SCP-4769 was found in the center of the radius of the effect, absent-mindedly teaching a group of students. SCP-4769 acknowledged...
Never seen a car crash before, kids? Everyone's like, no. Also, why are we standing in the middle of a highway? 18-wheeler comes rolling down at like 80 miles an hour. Clearly wasn't aligned right, shifting left when it should be shifting right. My bad. I just know my stuff. Anyway, slams into a freaking family van going like 60. And there you go. Your first car crash.
Acknowledged Foundation personnel and was compliant in its capture, if not mildly annoyed for disturbing others' learning. SCP-4769 was transported for interrogation at site with no incident. Later analysis of the lecture revealed that the subject had neglected to account for friction within a hypothetical scenario involving the kinematics of a car on the affected nearby road. After presenting this to SCP-4769 and highlighting the error, it proceeded to correct the equation, restoring road to its previous state. SCP-4769's object class was reclassified from Euclid to Keter by Dr. Hopper. This was a lot worse than we could have imagined. This idiot makes a single mistake
Plan is
and we're
simple,
done.
follow me.
Doctor.
Oh, the plan is simple, follow me. Yeah, go on I-95, cause an 18-wheeler to crash into a car, and boom. That's Physics 101 right there. Also, what plan are you referring to? If it was not the physics teacher's plan?
Dr. Hopper. All civilians involved in the incident were administered Class A amnestics, and a cover story involving a sudden sleet buildup in a freak snowstorm was dispersed.
Soon after, subjects forgot how to hold in their own bowels. That required a Class 3 reality bender to fix the situation. My battle plan? What would that be? What, your battle plan? To, like, fight the East Indian physics teacher? You might... I would like to hear that.
Interview log. First interview with SCP-4769. Interviewed, SCP-4769. Interviewer, Dr. Hopper. First interview with SCP-4769. Interview conducted by Dr. Hopper in a mobile interrogation vehicle after first encounter at... Begin log, 1843 hours.
Hello, 4769. Please call me Reg. Unfortunately, I must refer to you as SCP-4769 as per Foundation regulations.
SCP-4769 diverts gaze from Dr. Hopper to the wall behind Dr. Hopper.
Are you okay to proceed with his interview? Yes. As I was saying, my name is Dr. H. Can you tell us how you got here?
Well, if I remember correctly, I caused a car crash on a busy highway and then proceeded to be abducted by a bunch of strange men. Yeah.
My name is Dr. H. Can you tell us how you got here? I don't know. What were you doing?
I've said this like 3 times.
SCP-4769's gaze drifts onto Dr. Hopper's watch.
4769? Teaching. And what is it you teach exactly? Physics. Although I can teach maths pretty well too. Also, can draw pretty well, but sometimes I can get carried away. I completely lost last examination's results that way.
SCP-4769 again slips into a state of inattentiveness, seemingly reminiscing of the act.
Of causing a car crash?
Are you aware of what happened today?
SCP-4769 retains its state of inattentiveness.
SCP-4769, it's sir to you, young man.
Okay.
Do not answer questions when you have not been asked. It really slows down the lesson. If everybody asked a question instead of listening to what I say the first time... Okay, we get it. Somebody...
How dare you question me on causing car crashes? Alright? I'll cause them when I want, for educational purposes only. And then I shall retire to my broom closet, and you should leave me alone. Very simple.
Instead of listening to what I say the first time... Okay, we get it. Somebody please shut him up. Yes, 3 milliliters of midazolam should be fine. We're done here.
Midazolam? What was that?
End log, 1858 hours. SCP-4769 continued rambling about classroom etiquette for the following 7 minutes before succumbing to the effects of the sedative and falling unconscious. Interview terminated. Excerpt from document 4769 Alpha, Dr. Hopper's simulation observation log. SCP-4769 Observation Log 12, 0912-2000. Location: simulated high school classroom. Cause: subject misspells spectra, S-P-E-C-T-R-A, as spectra, S-P-E-K-T-R-A. Area of effect: 200-meter radius. Effect:
shitting himself violently in a 200-meter radius, covering the area in biblical volumes of excrement. Effect: spelling in dictionaries altered to match SCP-4069's assertion? Assertion of what?
Area of effect, 200-meter radius. Effect: spelling in dictionaries altered to match SCP-4769's assertion. Containment action: simulation reset by on-hand staff under the supervision of Dr. Hopper. SCP-4769 Observation Log 79, 12/02/2000. Location: simulated high school classroom. Cause: subject asserts that objects of exactly equal mass cancel each other's gravity out. Area of effect: observable universe.
Wow.
Effect: simulation freezes. Several components of the Cray supercomputer heat up drastically and risk destruction before simulation is reset. Containment action: sedative administered. Simulation reset by Dr. Hopper. Cray.
So he can reset. He can. Okay, man. It feels like they don't even fully know the powers of a reality 4. Excuse me, reality 4. A class 4 reality bender in which he can bend the reality of a simulated reality. Not even a 4090 could hold that thing together against this guy.
Mid-action.
Get that man a broom closet.
Simulation reset by Dr. Hopper. Cray supercomputer components upgraded to mostly be composed with a tantalum carbide and tungsten composite material. Additional temperature regulation cores installed within critical areas of the supercomputer. SCP-4769 Observation Log 103, 03/10/2000. Location: simulated university lecture hall. Cause: subject accidentally labeled the gravitational acceleration on Earth at sea level was 98 milliseconds minus 2 in a lecture. Area of effect: Earth. Effect: everything on Earth is exposed to the new gravitational acceleration of 98.0 milliseconds minus 2 and is compacted accordingly. Earth is reduced to a radius of
because of the gravity?
kilometers. Containment action: sedative administered. Due to the strain on the simulation hardware caused by a fundamental rewrite to the physics engine, additional cores were added to the central process.
Wait. Due to the strain on the simulation hardware caused by a fundamental rewrite to the physics engine, additional cores were added to the central processing unit to increase computational power. Did the guy freaking, like, memory wipe the whatever part? It did say he knew about electricity and stuff. So maybe it's not the actual components he's changing. Maybe just like the electrical signals being sent, and that's what's damaging them. Well, yeah, because like maybe like I don't freaking know computers like that. But if you send, like, electricity can cause heat, right? And you send that to a certain component, you can overheat and break it. So maybe he is actively trying to break out and cause yet another car crash. That's what he does. Class 4 reality bender could literally do anything, take over the world, probably like get unimaginable wealth in some way, do whatever. But all he wants to do is just cause car crashes every day on the same highway.
The physics engine. Additional cores were added to the central processing unit to increase computational power. SCP-4769 Observation Log 117, 07/05/2000. Location: simulated high school classroom. Cause: light speed incorrectly asserted by subject. Area of effect: undefined. Effect: simulation device experiences catastrophic failure. Ceases function. Subject wakes up from comatose state. Containment action: subject issued with sedative. Simulation now programmed to reset immediately upon mention of light speed. Investigation into utilizing SCP-866 is a more effective means of simulation. Excerpt from document 47.
Oh, that actually reminds me of something. I was watching this movie. It was called, I think it was called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It was a great movie. It was like pretty scary too. Autopsy of Jane Doe. In spoilers, very quickly, it was the girl was unidentified at this like crime scene where like multiple homicides and murders happened, right? Or like not, it wasn't like a place known for murders. It was like a house trafficking, something like that, and like a murder took place there. A bunch of homicides, a bunch of people dead, and maybe I should be showing this. But basically, she was a witch, and she was like dead technically, but still alive and conscious on like, I guess, like a spiritual level, and was actively like fighting back through affecting the environment around the characters. And oh my goodness, man, I can't do the movie justice, but it was insane because at the end of the movie they have the revelation like she's still alive in there. Like, we've been taking her apart, removing pieces, like all this stuff that we've been doing, but she's still like feeling it. She's still alive in there. And like once you realize that, it gets so much more creepier when you realize like, oh, there's a corpse on there, but that thing is like, it knows what's going on around it and is like taking action against you. Which is kind of what this reminds me of, because he's in a simulation and like clearly it seems to me like he knows that, but is again actively fighting it and sort of winning, because he like, oh man, maybe those were like test runs. Each time he like poked and prodded at it and like, oh, I can overheat this component, oh, I can do this, oh, when I do this they try to like reinforce it with this, okay, well, how do I break that? Okay, well, maybe I can't now. I mentioned light speed, that breaks the simulation. Okay, so certain keywords can now it's not about overpowering a component, it's about breaking the whole thing as a whole. So lightspeed can't do it because now the simulation is going to reset if I do that. So like, how can I do this and this and this? And it's like, to be an observer of this guy, knowing what he can do, and he's like, again, it seems like he's actively fighting and finding a way out and is being successful in it and is taking like these steps to be successful in it.
69 Beta, Dr. Hopper's simulation experimentation log. SCP-4769's ability to manipulate the laws of physics could prove to be a useful tool to better understand the laws which define our universe. The magnitude of scientific discovery possible which could aid the Foundation and humanity as a whole is simply too great to pass up. Permission to run experiments within SCP-4769's simulation requested. Dr. Hopper. Testing approved by O5 Command on 11/08/2000. Dr. Hopper modifies the simulation to allow communication between himself and the subject through the avatar of a simulated student. Simulation reset after each test. Test 1. SCP-4769 is suggested to draw a diagram for a hypothetical situation where the sun is compressed into a black hole. Result: planetary orbits remain unchanged. After 8 minutes and 20 seconds, sunlight ceases. Results matched our calculations perfectly. Continue with testing. Dr. Hopper. Test 2. SCP-4769 is suggested to conduct an experiment where the efficiency of a DC motor is set to 110%. Result: DC motor appears to spin indefinitely and generates electricity without an external power source. Really excited about this next one. This could be the breakthrough we've been waiting for. Dr. Hopper. Test 3. SCP-4769 is suggested to draw a diagram of a sustainable fusion reactor. Result: SCP-4769 drew a crude, childlike sketch of the outside of the reactor. When asked to draw the insides, SCP-4769 drew a model depicting 2 helium atoms undergoing fusion into a hydrogen atom. Cheeky. Dr. Hopper. Test 4. SCP-4769 is
okay, like, I think the same thing with what was going on before. Like, they're asking him to do experiments for like real life application, but he's also gaining information on them somehow to figure out a way out to like break the simulation and get out of there. And I feel like as the tests keep going, it's gonna keep getting closer and closer to like breaking a containment breach.
Asked about what would happen if the temperature of water were to decrease to 0.000001 Kelvin, then briefly to absolute 0 Kelvin 2 seconds later, returning to greater than 0 Kelvin at the 5-second mark. Dr. Hopper specifically refers the hypothetical scenario to a 250 milliliter beaker filled with water to demonstrate its effects practically. The beaker was suspended 7 meters above the ground by a clamp sitting atop a table to best observe predicted effects. Result: the hydrogen lost all viscosity and became a superfluid, immediately sinking through the pores of the borosilicate glass, calculated to have an average diameter of around 0.92 micrometers, and continued sinking through otherwise impermeable material. The oxygen briefly transformed into a liquid state, then a solid, taking on a blue-tinted cubic crystalline form. The surrounding atoms coalesced together into a Bose-Einstein condensate, the atoms of the oxygen, hydrogen, and their surroundings becoming indistinguishable. At exactly 2 seconds into the experiment, both the solid and the liquid became suspended in place, with zero movement detected from even a molecular level. All affected matter simultaneously became to the human eye. Simulation records affected atoms from test as far as light years from point of experiment at the 6-second mark. Was found in, seemingly, into a state of
all the cool stuff is redacted.
A critical temperature of degrees Celsius before reset at 6.3 seconds. We still aren't quite sure what we just observed. I don't think that was meant to be observed. I'm beginning to think there is a reason absolute zero isn't possible according to our laws of physics. Dr. Hopper. Test 5. SCP-4769 is suggested to divide a number by 0. Result: supercomputer ceases operation immediately. I really don't know what I thought was going to happen with that one. Still, we can improve from here on. Dr. Hopper.
I thought...
Testing ceased as...
It's a simulation. He's not asking the computer to divide by 0, though. He's asking that guy to do it. I understand that it takes place within the simulation, but, like, still.
Ordered by O5 Command. Recall protocol. In the event of a containment breach, subject is to be carefully escorted into a temporary containment chamber and administered sedatives. Due to the oblivious nature of the subject, there is no immediate threat. It is advised that the subject is immersed in the simulation as soon as possible to avoid distress. Should the subject be uncooperative, the subject is to be sedated and re-immersed in the simulation immediately. Notes: SCP-4769 is beginning to show signs of remembering pieces of information from past simulation resets, expressing increasing levels of bewilderment and déjà vu. He's learning. Simulation resets are to be kept at a minimum from now on. Dr. Hopper.
That's what I was saying. You look into the void, and Dr. freaking Class 4 Reality Bender looks back into you, dude. And what he... Oh... I don't know if this is necessarily, like, part of the plan. But it could be. I mean, you would think he would have already thought of it, right? But dividing by 0 and the supercomputer ceased operation, right? So if he tries to divide by 0 and the supercomputer shuts off, does that not mean he's temporarily out of it? It doesn't shut the supercomputer. Wait, it ceases the operation, not the computer. Maybe if you had a series of just like infinitely, because they were talking about how like the light speed thing, that if he mentions it, automatic reset, right? And he's remembering that now. So, or he's like gonna start to eventually, like as a consequence. So if he starts remembering that, he's gonna know it's a trigger word. But he also knows he can't use that, but he could probably find another one that they don't have yet, because as soon as he says it and it works or whatever, they're just gonna immediately catch on and ban it. So I'm thinking the plan is like collect all the information on what, like, how the computer is gonna respond to certain things, and then like, okay, divide by 0, that'll cease the operation or like cease the simulation, and then mention something akin to a word like light speed, whatever, to both prevent it from resetting. Well, the 0 should prevent it from resetting the simulation, but then the trigger word should like overheat the computer or something like that. And then he would probably have a chance from there. Dang. That's not what I was expecting, though. That was fun. Whew. Alright. We are going to leave that there. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Phantom and, I guess, Kylo too, although I didn't really get that battle plan. I will catch all of you later. Goodbye for now.